Cuba says its Coast Guard killed 4 people on board a U.S.-registered speedboat today. The country's interior minister says the passengers started shooting at Cuban border guard troops as they approached the boat 1 nautical mile from the coast. It's unclear exactly who was on the U.S. boat. Secretary of State Marco Rubio spoke about the situation moments ago and said the U.S. would be conducting its own investigation.
I'm not even going to speculate as to what it could have been. It's a wide range of things. But suffice it to say, it is highly unusual to see shootouts in open sea like that. It's not something that happens every day. It's something, frankly, that hasn't happened with Cuba in a very long time.
CBS News national correspondent Lilia Luciano joins us now. What more do we know?
Well, Lindsay, this has everybody pretty shocked. I mean, this is quite the headline. What we know for sure, as Secretary Rubio said, is that this was a civilian boat, that this was not the U.S. Navy, this was not the U.S. Coast Guard, that the Coast Guard and DHS, this is something that Rubio explained too, are going to be involved in the investigation, and they are talking to the Cubans. It's very unusual to see a speedboat going into Cuba. There's a lot of speculation about why into Cuban waters. What the Cubans are saying is that the people in the boat started firing at them. 4 people were killed. We don't know if they're U.S. citizens or if they're U.S. residents, but the boat is registered to Florida, to the United States. And we know that 6 people were injured. Those 6 people are now receiving medical attention in Cuba. Rubio also said that they expect or that the United States expects to be able to access not just the vessel, but the people themselves. I can imagine that if they're being accused by the Cubans of shooting at their Coast Guard, they're going to face the full extent of the law there. So they could end up arrested. I mean, we don't have a lot of information, only what the Ministry of the Interior is saying. But, you know, this is not a usual thing. You don't have these organized groups of boats going into Cuba to rescue people. What I do have to say is that Cuba is facing one of the most dire situations economically, as you know, because of the oil blockade that the U.S. has implemented. So the desperation is clearly there for people to get out. Hundreds of thousands of Cubans have been fleeing over, the last few years. But what they were doing, we don't know yet.
Okay, we know you'll stay on top of it. Lilia Luciano, thank you.